And we've talked about ESPN because in the past, we've heard from none other than Bob Iger, who's in the CEO spot at Disney. He has articulated his desire to actually move on from these legacy media networks. He told David Faber at Sun Valley, CNBC reporter, about 2 years ago that he actually wanted to sell these off. And I have very good sourcing. Nexstar was looking to buy the company. The problem is, guess what Nexstar was willing to pay? $10 million. Billion. And that's really not a lot because the company was sold like in the early 90s, ABC News, ABC, for $19 billion. So that's a big come down, right? It's like, they were talking about 60 Minutes back in the day. It was like the thing. Well, it's no longer, okay? So ABC is also no longer, because it's a dying business. And so while it still sort of prints money, and as long as you're able to shrink the costs and maybe one day get rid of Whoopi and Joy Behar and some of your other high costly talent, you might be able to still print a little bit more money. But it's like, the buggy whip going out of business when cars came along. Sure, you had some people in the horse sale business, in the buggy whip business, still making it for a while, but eventually, it didn't matter. You could have some tricked out carriage. Nobody really wanted it because you wanted the tricked out car. Same sort of thing, right? With the refrigerator versus the Iceman. And, those ice companies, they kind of went out of business too. Okay, this is what's happening in the media sector. Meanwhile, ESPN has a whole other set of issues going on because some of their talent, are landing themselves in a bit of trouble. And this is kind of like self-inflicted, let me just say, for one, Shannon Sharpe, because I don't know what you're doing with an OnlyFans model, but I'll leave that for you all to discuss. Here he is saying, I'm not guilty of what she's accusing me of, which is some pretty bad stuff, and I'm not guilty. You can tell. Watch his eyes as he's reading this. So there's no prompter here on this show, which is why you may see me looking off into the clouds at times or looking over there. The reason being, I'm thinking, right? He's just staring straight into the camera or right off. You can kind of see his eyes reading a statement. Why they didn't get him a prompter for this one, I don't know, but here we go. ESPN's new headache, Shannon Sharpe, trying to defend himself, says he's innocent. To
my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million.
All right, I just have to stop it for a second. What? Coordinated by Gabby, also known as Kaylee on OnlyFans. Like, Shannon Sharpe, what are you doing with the OnlyFans girls? I mean, honestly.
Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Oh, wow. Now, what do you think? Do you believe him? Is it, does he have a wife? Oh, he's never married. Okay. That's good. Because he's talking about his family. I'm like, wait, the OnlyFans thing, your family knows the truth, but yet you did have something with the only. He's like, it released the whole thing. That the lawyer did release it. It was played on TMZ. It is bad, and therefore I am not going to play it here. We like to keep it clean for the kids. God forbid one of them is watching right now, right? So we're not going to play that. But it's pretty bad. Apparently, though, if you listen to Shannon Sharpe, that was just a small excerpt from it. Like the whole wind-up kind of led them down that path. And so really it was all some kind of consensual thing. And there was some kind of, role-playing of sorts. I can't even believe we're talking about this. But it's an ESPN anchor. And it gets us back to, why does ABC, Disney need these challenges? I mean, I don't think they do, frankly. And I think that Bob Iger would love to be done, right? To be just done with this whole thing. Like, why have to be in this business? I suspect it's because he really doesn't like the $10 billion price tag that they're willing to give him for the company, right? When it comes down to it, you want to be able to still sell the asset for something. I don't think it's going to be worth that much more in the future. I realize they're trying to, move things around. You've got the ABC News new president saying, okay, we're having this restructuring and we're going to move things here, there, and everywhere, and we'll do more streaming. But I'm going to be honest, I just don't think that that's in the cards for this company. So much like CBS, they're suffering a similar fate because woohoo, we're over here, right? And all the action is happening over here. But he is leaving ESPN amid this lawsuit. That is the latest, apparently just happening right now. ESPN and Shannon Sharpe, I guess, parting ways, shall we say. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is.